Hey, it's Monday again. Another day, another great opportunity to learn and grow and experience life with deep thought. That's one of the things that I always try to do here, not just try, but to be something that can catch fire for you. You go, ooh, just that thought can change my life. So today I'm going to talk about aligning yourself with your desires before we actually do the game ready. And you know, it's interesting, as I've lived my life and I go back and I review, I see the things that I've been able to accomplish that are, you would maybe even say, a miracle. You know, kind of like, well, how is that even possible? How did that happen? It's because I was completely aligned with the energy of it. I was completely allowing myself to get into the energy of the creation of it. And when I haven't been fully aligned, been partially aligned, I only get partial results. It's a very interesting thing as I look at it. And it's funny when I look at myself, like for an example with money. I associated money for a lot of my life as being maybe a bad thing. I looked at people who had a lot of money and they didn't have what I thought was true happiness. They had broken families because they lost who they were. So I had this perception that, gee, I don't want to become like that. So I associated it with money. Because we've been cleaning out the garage because we're going to be moving. And, you know, reminders. Like I found this. Hope you can see it. But I received the Presidential Merit Award from the Grammys. Now, it was in my garage, you know, hidden in a box. Because I didn't really see that it was anything that magnificent, but yet when I was watching the Grammys a couple of years ago, they go, now the Presidential Merit Award for the Grammys. I thought, wow, that's a pretty big thing. I should find mine. I never found it until the weekend before last. My Presidential Merit Award. And now just think about, why am I telling you this? Because I was aligned with the fact of doing something great. I got this by aligning myself with the fact that, and I had a partner in it, and we came together, and Kathy got involved with us in it too, and we kept each other aligned. You know, that's why it's so important to have, you know, like we have a mastermind. We all keep each other aligned. When you go through Beast Mode On, our 30-day challenge, we're really teaching, even through the principles, as I think about it, we're teaching really how to be aligned with that which you desire. So back to our thing, even though all the music world said it was impossible to do what we were going to do, we at least were aligned together. And we laughed about it. We kind of like, when everyone said that's impossible, and we laughed. See, there's a lot of easing of tension in laughter. We went, yeah, we're going to do this. So we created something that had never been done before. And yes, I got the Presidential Merit Award. But the reason I'm telling the story is that I didn't take any money for it. Because as big as it became, I was doing it because of this wanting to help the world, which is a good thing. But if I had charged money or taken money for it, it probably would have never happened, because I wasn't aligned with me making a lot of money. So I could do something that was almost impossible and get the Presidential Merit Award from the Grammys, a very, very beautiful thing. But I was able to do it because, now that I really look back, is because I was aligned with doing something great. I wasn't aligned with making money. And I look back at different things, even when I was in movies, or even had a record out. I had a pick hit in Billboard magazine. I had a song that played on the radio. And I was aligned with doing that, which is very challenging to do. But I wasn't aligned with me making money from it. So when it came time to make money from it, because of that not aligned, I was able to create a way that I didn't really make any money from it. Not understanding at the time what's in your subconscious mind, maybe it's not totally revealed, but because now I coach so many people and I find these secret hidden spots within them of what's blocking them to their greatest good. And we just discover it, and we find that they're not truly aligned with their outcome. And when you get truly aligned, that's how you have the magic. I've been blessed to have 4 Major League Baseball players who were stuck in minor leagues become MVPs for the Major League team. we got them aligned and then started enjoying the journey. And the same thing has happened when I did the U.S. Olympic team, or companies that I've been blessed to have a chance to go into and work with. We go to a deeper level, I think, of what truly is being aligned. Like for myself right now, as I look back, I'm now completely aligned with allowing to make money. I didn't ever really catch that. When I was in movies and television, I was in blockbuster movies as an actor. But whenever it came time for me to be the star, because in the movies I was in, Jeff Bridges or Glenn Close and some major actors were the stars. But when I had the chance to be the star, see, it would have meant that I would have made a lot of money. I didn't make bad money doing what I was doing, so I was in line with being okay. I just wasn't aligned with having the kind of money that I was going to make by being the star. So I would self-destruct, and I wouldn't even understand it. I go in for, hey, gee, you just did this movie. We loved you in it, and now we got this opportunity. And then they look at me like, how can you be the same person? I didn't even know. It's because I didn't have alignment. I had a deep-rooted fear that money would take me down, would make me something that I didn't want to be, because I saw other people utilizing money in a way that I didn't relate to. So somehow I allowed myself to keep myself from that alignment. Pretty amazing, isn't it? And when you make these discoveries and you truly go there, you know, what you want to do is not push back when you see that, oh my gosh, I've been through this thing the last 2 years and I don't know why. You don't even have to figure out the why. The why is not important. It's to bring it to the surface and illuminate it so it no longer has a hold on you. So now you can move through that and accept that I can be aligned with making a lot of money and see it as a good thing. So right now in my own life, we have a situation here where we live in a home that we love. This is an awesome home in Rancho Santa Fe. Many of you, some of you have been here and you know what I'm talking about. It's been fantastic. But we lease the home. And now the owner wants to sell it, so we need to move. So I've been foggy. I haven't been cleared. And I know that when I'm clear, I'm able to call them miracles. But I haven't been clear. It's been hard for me to find what the clarity is. So I've just allowed myself to go through the process. And by just allowing myself and trusting that I'm on the right path, it will be answered. Some people say, aren't you stressed? You're just going to be moving on. You don't know what you're doing yet. I said, well, I could get into stress, but that's not an energy I choose to be in. Because then it would be out of alignment with what I truly would love. So last Thursday night, it's only Monday, this is fresh. Kathy sees this home in Fairbanks Ranch that has a tennis court, pool, and we could lease it. We went over there and went, wow, we could live here. This is not our end result, but this is really would be nice. That would, and I could see we went over there, okay, I'm in alignment, this could work. But then Kathy had also gone to a place called Bridges, and the homes there. It's probably the most magnificent place, I think, on the planet. And there's a home there for $4 million. And I'm going like, huh, $4 million? I don't have $4 million. But okay, Saturday we'll go look at it. And it's interesting because we went over and went, wow, this feels like home. This is incredible. So I got really clear that, okay, if it doesn't happen now, I know now that when I see something this clear, within the next 2 years, we'll be living in Bridges, because that's how it works for me. And I no longer have the resistance about money. I can go ahead and get aligned, because I think the thing that I really discovered is, why was I feeling so wow about it? Because I looked at Kathy and she was so excited about it. I went, that's the reason. And then I looked at Chase, who's 21, who probably about ready to move out, but I love having him live here. He goes, hey, you know, if you buy this, I probably will never move out. And I thought, that's cool. And I realized that I'm aligned with the love of my family. I'm totally aligned with that. So I go, wow, I don't know how. I don't have a clue how. But if I get aligned with the energy of, the answer will come. The answer will just show up. I believe that. And so a really interesting thing happened yesterday when Kathy and I bought our first home, which was way out of our league. We had no clue how we were going to do it. But Kathy and Shane, Shane was a little guy. They would drive by the home every day and say, "We love you. Just, it was for sale. It wasn't selling. Go, just keep waiting. We'll find a way. We're going to." And I think what happened is I got caught up in her alignment. I got caught up in her energy. So all of a sudden I saw it as, okay, it's doable, but I didn't know how. But I saw the excitement in them. And then what happened was, because of that, a company out of Cincinnati asked me if I'd be president of their company, and I went, no, I don't want to move to Cincinnati. This is where my family wants to live in, because you can live there. Your support system will be in Cincinnati, and you can live in California. I said, really? So he came out and was kind of whining and dining me to become their president. I'm still no, but it was time for us. We had an appointment to go look at the house. And I said, "You want to come? There's a house we're considering." We went over there, and as he saw us light up, he goes, "Wow, you guys really feel like you belong here, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And there was a $200,000 down that we did not have. We did not know how $200,000 was just going to appear out of the thin air. And he goes, "How about your signing bonus?" That's how it happened. That's a true story. So I went, wow, amazing. So we lived in that house. We loved that house. I think I forget what we were in it for, 11, 12 years. It was awesome. Now we live down here, and now it's even a bigger stretch. It's kind of funny, but when I went into going, I'm aligned with it. I could see myself there. I could see my family being there. Guess what? I haven't talked to this guy in 20 years because I worked as president of his company. We did some magic together, and then I moved on. And he called me out of the blue and said, "Hey, Dave, I need to talk to you." I'm thinking, what's this about? I haven't talked to him at all. And I called him. The first thing I said, because he wanted to get me involved in something, I said, "I don't have time. I don't have time unless what you're going to tell me I can make $1 million in the next 6 months. If I can make $1 million in the next 6 months, I can talk about it, because I don't care how passionate I get. I'm so passionate about Extreme Focus, about the Beast program, and where we're going and everything we're doing. And then I'm tied with HSI, this nonprofit that is going to change the course of the world on mental health. I said, I don't have any extra time, but if it's going to create $1 million within 6 months, and I don't have to put a lot of time into it. Because see, I've always had a thing that had to be hard. So I've had to go through an adjustment and get aligned with it. It doesn't have to be hard. He goes, look, it's just that everyone. This is the thing. Yes, you'll make $1 million easily in the next 6 months. So then we could continue the conversation. I went, all right, I'm listening. And then the next thing is this stuff they've discovered, will it change the course, and is it real? And he said, yes, it is. So then I had to tell him, I said, all right, look, my son is graduating Friday. We're moving out of this house Tuesday. I have a meeting tomorrow, about this other situation. I said, I can't even send me all the facts, and then I'll look at it, and I can't even get back to you until next Wednesday, because we're going to be knee deep in things. But possibly, we have something here. So now I just have to breathe. It's in the breath to get in line with that. Think of what are the chances after 20 years, the guy who created the way that I bought my first estate is coming back to me at this point to say, hey, you're the guy who can do this, but now we're at bigger stakes. And he goes, no problem. So it's very interesting, isn't it? And the discovery I made about how I wasn't aligned with money. I was aligned with being able to do some pretty incredible things, but not aligned with making a lot of money doing it. So now, as I am aligned with that, now I look like I don't have a shadow of a doubt. If it happens, I have a meeting today with the owner of that house. If it happens, it happens. I surrender to the outcome. I'm going to just go in with joy and see what we can create to make it happen now. Because I said, it's probably before I can make this happen. I mean, it might take a year or two, but this house might not be here. Let's bring our heads together to see how we can be creative. Who knows where it'll go? So at least I'm surrendering. I'm not in need. I'm in allowance. There's a big difference. Need is pushing things away. When you need something desperately, you push it away. When you allow, you put yourself in a position to receive it. So I'm just putting myself in a reception mode. That's all it is. $4 million is just a number. It's just a number. Yeah, it seems like a big number, but if I just go with, lighten the load with kind of laughing at it, then it's not as heavy. And it's just, what are we here in life to do anyway? We're here to experience life fully. So, you know what? this is part of my path. And when I see the why is so strong, because I see the excitement in my wife, I see the excitement in my kids, I go, that's enough for me to do whatever it takes to allow and surrender it into being. So we'll see where it goes. At least I'm going to be on the journey. And the fact that some of the things that have already lined up, like out of the blue, this guy calling me and saying, yeah, $1 million in the next 6 months is no problem. And then I said, well, I'm really committed to my nonprofit. And you know what? We're going to do an event at Soldiers Field in Chicago in September. And it's going to take a lot of time. And you go, hey, maybe we'll sponsor it. Incredible. But that's, and if I don't get in the way and then try to see how I can turn this in being harder, then it will happen. Because all I need to do is stay in alignment with that which I desire. So I realize a lot of my coaching, even though we've got great principles, great principles, and we have triggers that really help. The main thing is to help you stay in alignment which you truly desire. And because I've been doing it for a while, I can see things in others that they can't see in themselves. So I helped just get them into, and then use the animal triggers to put them into right action, because it is about your action. So there's many blind spots with me that I don't always see, but then I make beautiful discoveries and I go, awesome. That's why this has happened. See, I could look at this saying, we love this house. We don't want to move here, which is true. But then when you allow yourself to go, well, this or greater, then it just, you put yourself in alignment with the energy. If I stay in the energy of the problem is, I don't want to move. What a hassle. We love it here. What a bummer. That's an energy that will keep me stuck. And then we'll stay stuck. And then any magic won't be able to take place. You got to allow for magic. So when you go, okay, it's happening. It's a part of my life. Rather than thinking, who can I blame? Or why me? All that kind of stuff. I go, cool. What do I need to learn now to see us move into something even grander? And so, and it takes a deep level of trust. It takes a deep level of faith. And then it takes a deep level of what I call support. A lot of times when I coach, I'm their support system, but I'm getting supported too, because we're speaking in the same energy. I have my mastermind every Monday morning before this call. Not it's every other week. But we just had that, and I realized that we are just aligning ourselves in our desires, so the things that might seem impossible become possible. With this nonprofit, we're going to raise $111 million over the next 2 years. That might seem impossible, but it's not, because the board and everyone is allowing to go to that place where we can allow magic to take place. So the bottom line is really breathe in that which you desire. Breathe it in, not as I need this, but allow it. Surrender to it. A lot of times people think of surrender as weakness, but when you surrender to yes. For me, I had to make some discoveries, and I continue to make discoveries. What was in my way? I could do magical things. I at one time owned millions and millions of dollars worth of property, but it wasn't money in my bank. So I realized that I could allow myself to have millions of dollars, but as long as it wasn't in my bank. That's where it scared me. I was not aligned with the money being in my bank. What a great discovery to make, huh? So now, no matter what age I am, I can look back and see everything was a gift, so I can live the life I want now. And what a beautiful new discovery, because I'm here in this lifetime to discover things in this physical form. So as I move on through eternity, I've taken a lot from this life. I've seen things, I've advanced. And even if it seems challenging at times, I now look at the challenges as being great advancement. When I work with someone in the corporate world, or an entrepreneur, or an athlete, I'll use an example, a golfer I'm working with. He had a tough round. I said, what does that really matter? I mean, it's great, because you want to be the #1 player in the world. And if this tough round taught you more things so you become the #1 player, because you're capable of being the #1 player in the world. So what a beautiful gift you just gave yourself. Now, just shifting the way you looked at it and getting kind of aligned still with your vision of being number one in the world, next time he played, he shot remarkable because he no longer carried the baggage of what just happened, but he saw it as, oh, it's just advancing me to my that I believe I can be. So allow yourself to. And then put yourself in a support system to keep you aligned with the beauty of that which you desire. Now, I could talk about this for a lot more. There's a lot more examples. There's a lot more things that I can give you. In fact, I'm even thinking that I'll do a free webinar because I need about 90 minutes of your time. So if you're willing to spend that kind of time with me, and I'll bring some other, maybe some experts in it too, that we can all kind of get in this incredible alignment together. I see Jeffrey Flam. I've seen other people come on, and I just love it. Jeff Flam, we've been missing our phone calls recently because I've been all over the place, and he's a very busy man. But I already have a knowing that we're aligned. And I don't even have to know everything right now. But I know when I first met him that we're aligned to do something together incredible. And we both have our own initiatives. And so it could be his initiative, it could be my initiative, it could be the combination. But the fun, now see, for me, I'm not worried about it. It's just going to be fun to explore because here's a guy I like. Here's a guy that we're going to have a lot of fun exploring. What greater good can we bring to this world? What is it that we can bring that's even greater than what's happening now? What is that? So thanks, Jeffrey, for jumping on. You didn't know I was going to jump out there. And I can't read everyone else that's on, but you know what? I appreciate you so much and so grateful for you taking the time to let me share some of my discoveries in life. And the more that I discover, the more I want to pass it on. I want you to have, because we're meant to have a wonderful life. I mean, that's really true. We're meant to be. We're here, so why not learn and grow into that which we're meant to be? So, you ready for your game ready? Because what are we doing in the game ready? All I'm doing in the game ready is helping your subconscious mind get aligned with something that's already within you. Allowing yourself to go there so that when those challenges come up and go, that's a challenge. But your mind goes, you got this. You got this. My own son, when he went sign with Cleveland, he not only visualized, but he kept saying every day, I am the MVP of the AFL. I'm the MVP. So even though he had signed up as a backup quarterback, he wasn't seeing himself as a backup quarterback. He was putting himself in alignment to not only be the starter of that team, but to be the MVP. And as he turned out, he took their team to 17-1 and to the Arena Bowl, first time in the history of Cleveland, and made a big fuss because before the Cavaliers won the NBA, Cleveland hadn't had a championship team in a long time, so there was a lot of press about it. But he put himself in position. Everything he did was put himself in alignment with that which he desired. So now I want you to think about, this is Monday. You got a blessed week to have to live fully. What do you want to focus in? What are 3 things that you want to set your intentions on? I know for me, I want to bring joy to this week. Even though we're going to be moving, even though we got my son's graduation on Friday, a lot of family members coming, we're doing a lot of different things. I'm going to go have this meeting right when this is done, about to see what the possibilities are of this incredible opportunity that I'm completely aligned with. So I want to bring joy to it. So that's one of my big intentions this week, is to take everything in joy so that I can just be present, and no matter what it is, I don't put myself into being so tied up to the results that I block something even greater happening. So 1 would be joy. Think about what you want to bring. 2, I think that another good thing for me is just surrender or allow. So trust in this greater source that I'm tied to, which I call God, and I'm in harmony with. And we can have fun together to see what we're going to do together. Rather than me just try to pull off something on my own, I can take it to a deeper level. So that's a powerful intention for mine. But again, I want you to take whatever it is that it's going to bring you and resonate with you, so it aligns you that which you would love. And so for me, if I think about 3, I'm gonna bring love to every situation. I know this sounds funny, but just those little differences, those little focus points, you don't allow the other stuff, because we have thousands of thoughts a day, to get in the way and get you foggy on that which you truly desire. So with that said, now, if you've set your intentions, if you haven't, go back and see this again. Take some time, set your intentions for this week. Now close your eyes. And now give yourself the magical gift, the gift that is so rewarding, and that is just allow yourself to be grateful. Grateful for this day, grateful for all the things. Even if you have challenges right now, if you allow yourself to be grateful for them, you'll also start seeing the gift in these challenges. You'll start seeing the beauty in them. But also start simply of, grateful for a roof over your head, a meal to eat. The simplest things, a car to drive. All the littlest things. When you start practicing being grateful for every aspect, you're able to build upon the magic of gratitude. I am so grateful for my wife. I'm so grateful for my kids. I'm so grateful for the friends that I have and the new associations that, I'm going to just enjoy together as we grow into having fun, creating something of value. So think about how exciting that is. And now in the strength of that, see a gate and pass through your gate. And as you pass through your gate, oh my gosh, come into this place so beautiful in nature, you just go, wow, this is so awesome just to be here. Just to simply enjoy how gorgeous this place is. Breathe it in. What a gift you're giving yourself right now. Because nature loves to be appreciated. As you simply appreciate it, it's lifting you into a whole new space of energy. And feel the strength of that. Breathe it in. Take 4 really deep breaths. Breathe through your nose all the way to the pit of your stomach. And then breathe out. With every breath, you're breathing in a life, a fire deep within that you can bring more than what you even can imagine. You're more than you see. There's more to you. You're tied to something greater than you. So allow yourself to just say, yes, I accept that. I'm in partnership. I will go forth in partnership and create whatever can be, because now I don't have to just rely on me. Now step through the next gate and then see your life and think about the things that which you desire. Surrender, as I saw Cree Morris had put, surrender to allow. And it's in the breath, to align. So just take it in and see yourself as it already is done. So your subconscious mind doesn't have to work, doesn't have to worry, doesn't have to do anything, but just experience it. Just feel what that feels like. See it clearly. And just surrender to you having this which you desire. Because you aligned yourself to it. And now you see it. Now you just breathe into it. The very breath brings you into it. What a gift you bring to yourself right now. This is, and doing over and over again, you now are creating the space for a magical call to come and say, hey, I'll give you $1 million if you jump on board with me. Magical. I mean, that was not there 2 days ago. That happened yesterday because I got aligned. Get aligned and allow magic to take place in your life. Now come back through the gate. Come back into this place of peace and beauty again. How great it is to see yourself surrendering to just experiencing all with a new attitude. Experience all with a, oh, okay. Let's see where that goes. Let's experience that fully instead of try to push it away or try to hide or try to run from it. Let's just take it on. See what it brings me so I can be more today than I was yesterday. What an awesome way of being. What an awesome way of living. And even as I give this to you right now, as you see yourself fully feeling that strength, I'm gaining from it too, because I need that same strength. Together, we make each other better. So come back out through the gate, open your eyes. See, I'm in a much better place now to go have this meeting of my life. Where we'll go, I'm not going to, try to force. I'm not going to try to push. I'm going to go in and just allow and enjoy it. And the answers will come, and I'll be ready. But I already know whether it happens magically right now or if it happens in 2 years. It's done. It's already done. And I'm willing to take what the Course is because I've seen it and now I can create it. Because that's the power. Anything that I've established or done in life is because I've allowed myself to step into that. And I see where I was not all the way committed. I was committed to have a song in the radio. I wasn't committed to make money from it. I was committed to getting the Presidential Merit Award from the Grammys, but making millions of dollars for charity, but not taking anything myself because I was aligned with it. Now I'm aligned with it's okay to have money too myself. It's okay to have it, which is interesting. You would think anybody should think that, but no, and think about the different things in you. Maybe it might be health. Get aligned with you living a very healthy life. My son, Daniel, the last thing I'll say, my son, Daniel, came in this life with no chance to live. Medically. And yet he's alive. He turned 19. And a while back is, I'm going to go to University of Oregon. I'm going to be a duck. And I went like, how's that going to happen? Special ed, I don't know how that's going to happen. But he was so certain. He was so aligned with his vision. I've never seen anybody, anything he desires, he kind of does because he doesn't have the filters that sometimes we get in the way. And so we got caught up in his alignment. And guess what? This summer, he's a duck. He's going to have 3 classes at University of Oregon. But we had to get in alignment with him. He played on the tennis team. And the fact that he could even be on that team is a miracle. They won the California State Championship. They were the best team I've ever seen. We had Saturday night, the party, the celebration here. But Daniel was so aligned in it that he got us caught up in being aligned with him. Instead of letting it our own way, get out of the way of something that can be. So enjoy this week. I thank you for being on. And let's just think about what you want to be aligned with. Breathe into that. The very breath will bring you closer to it. Talk to you all next Monday. You'll have a new update on where we are.